Hello, Rogue Nation. Welcome to Medford Rogues Baseball, live on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. Just about 20 minutes away from first pitch here at Nettleton Stadium, Game 3 between your Medford Rogues and the Chico Heat. The Medford Rogues took Game 1 by a score of 5-4 and lost a heartbreaker in extras last night, 13-12. On the mound for your Medford Rogues tonight, the 6'3" right-hander from Ashland, Oregon. He is 18 years, 1 month, 1 week, and 5 days old. Peyton Fuller will take the mound for your Medford Rogues this evening. This will be the third time Peyton has faced the Heat. First time coming on June 3rd, pitched 6 innings, gave up just 2 earned runs. The last time out on the 23rd here at Nettleton Stadium went just 2 2/3, did strike out 4, gave up just 1 earned run, but was pulled early. Fuller looking to go a little longer in this game, I'm sure, than 2 2/3 tonight. Fuller's record, this will be his 5th start, his 9th appearance for the Rogues this season. He is 1-1 on the year, has 20 strikeouts in 27 1/3 innings pitched, sporting a 5.26 ERA. Opposing him for the Chico Heat on the mound to face the Rogues, 20 years old today, right-hander from Spokane, Washington, Austin Lee. Lee is 5'9", 195 pounds, plays for Spokane Falls Community College. This will be his 9th start of the year for the Heat. He is 4-2 with a 3.55 ERA, has just 29 strikeouts in 50 2/3 innings pitched, but only 6 walks allowed. So the free bases, which the Rogues, they've been getting a lot of them recently, may be hard to come by tonight against Austin Lee. Valley Immediate Care is a proud sponsor of our Rogues broadcast team. Valley Immediate Care has locations in both North and South Medford, Ashland, Grants Pass, and Brookings, offering urgent care, occupational health, physicals, laser services, and more. Head to valley-ic.com for more information. Now time for the Valley Immediate Care pregame injury report. That's it. There are no injuries to report for the Medford Rogues today. Taylor Frost didn't make the trip with the Rogues their last series. Pitched the first game against the Heat in this series. Struck out the side. Won the game for the Rogues 5-4. The other big name that had been on the Valley Immediate Care pregame injury report was Jake Gazzo. He had himself quite a night last night. He came on in the 6th inning, pinch hit for Dante Gutierrez, and in the 8th, hit a 2-run home run to the opposite field. The right-handed hitting Jake Gazzo hit the ball over the right field wall. That closed the deficit for the Rogues from 6-4 in that 8th inning, and it definitely sparked that rally that the Rogues would eventually go on in the 9th. You could sense that the momentum had shifted. The Rogues believed that they could get back into this ballgame, and they did. For those of you that missed the game last night, the Rogues were down by 3 runs heading into the 9th inning. Eric Yang and Connor Lowry walked to lead off the inning, and then Braden Stutzman hit an infield single, which loaded the bases. Clay Valenzuela-Reese hit a 2 RBI single to score Yang and Lowry, and then Davis DeLorfis hit a sacrifice fly to score Braden Stutzman, which tied the game at 10. With Clay Valenzuela-Reese on second base, Alex Isola came up to the plate in a tied ball game, 10-10. and hit a home run over the right center field wall. It was a special moment, to say the least. And it was just such an honor, such a privilege to be there, enjoying that moment with the Rogues, with you at home who were listening. Unfortunately, the Rogues would give up 2 in the bottom of the 9th inning. That sent the game into extras. They would fail to score and eventually would give up a run in the bottom of the 10th and lose the game 13-12. But that was yesterday, and today is today. Caught up with Coach Josh Hogan to talk about Peyton Fuller and the rest of the team. I'm here with Coach Josh Hogan. Josh, this is Game 3 of the 3-game series. This is the rubber match. You have Peyton Fuller, the 18-year-old, I believe he is, right?
I think so, 18 or 19.
The youngin out on the mound for you guys tonight. Is the second time that he's faced the Chico Heat. What are you looking for him in this start?
Just more consistency, and especially if he has an inning where, they hit him up a little bit or some pressure happens. Looking for him to minimize there. When he's had problems is when he's had given up, one big inning and didn't minimize. So we're just looking for him to pound the zone, like we tell all the guys, and looking for him to try and get a little deeper in the game than he has been. Kind of the same story with all our starters right now. I think we're set up pretty well in the bullpen tonight. So if he can get us, 5 or 6, I think we have a good shot. But they got to be 5 or 6 quality innings, So just looking for him to go out there and have his mentality. That's what we've noticed when he has his mentality and, the screw you mentality, I'm going to get you out, rather than, the kind of timid and hope mentality that some of the young guys have, So if he can have that, I think we're going to, have our chances, and we got to swing the bat and put some pressure on him. But, I think I like our lineup today that we have offensively. So
I think that aggressive mentality that you're talking about could be called the Frost mentality. Is that right?
Yeah, that's his own. Frost is his own. He's got his own daddy mentality. Yeah, so you can't teach that Frost mentality, but, you can get close to that, and that's what we want him to do today. And then take care of the baseball, just limit the free bases, and stop shooting ourselves in the foot. And yesterday we didn't think the game very well. We didn't pre-pitch the game. We had some base running miscues that were just mental, not covering first base on a sac bunt, not backing up third base as a pitcher, things like that. So we just got to play the game and play it the right way and play smart and hard. And it's game 41 or whatever it is of the season. It's it's part of the grind. It's hot. It's over 100 today, so just looking for them to have some mentality and go out there and try and win a series.
The music's playing, and it sounds like they want to get you off the mic, so we'll cut the interview here. Thanks so much, Coach Hogan.
All right, thank you.
When we come back, first pitch.
It's time for Medford Rogues baseball as the Rogues take on the best of the West in the Great West League. Don't miss a minute of the action. Listen to every Medford Rogues game all season long, live on MedfordRogues.com. Now, it's time for Medford Rogues baseball. Calling all the action tonight, here's Jonathan Kerman.
Hello, Rogue Nation. Welcome to Medford Rogues Baseball, live on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. It's the rubber match between these two teams, the Chico Heat and your Medford Rogues. The Rogues took Game 1 by a score of 5-4. The Heat won Game 2 in extras, 13-12. The starting lineups for your Medford Rogues. Leading things off, Clay Valenzuela-Reese. Batting second, Davis DeLorphis. Batting third, Alex Isola. Batting fourth, Johnny De La Cruz. Batting fifth, Jake Helwig. Batting sixth, Connor Lowry. Batting seventh, Dante Gutierrez. Batting eighth, Jake Gazzo. And batting ninth, Scotty Wright. They'll be facing Austin Lee. Lee turns 20 years old today. This will be his 9th start of the year for the Chico Heat. He is 4-2 on the year with a 3.55 ERA, has just 29 strikeouts in 50 2/3 innings pitched, but has given up just 6 walks in those 50 2/3 innings. So the free bases could be hard to come by today for the Medford Rogues. It is a beautiful sunny afternoon approaching the evening here at Nettleton Stadium. Boy, it feels like the afternoon because the sun is still out and still shining bright, but gosh, it's 7 p.m. 99 degrees the temperature right now, and it certainly feels like it out there. Defensive alignment for the Chico Heat behind Austin Lee. Catching him today is Joe Bath. At third base, Brandon De La Guardia. At shortstop, Jack Walsh. At second, Caleb Van Blake. And at first, Marcus Wilhite. In the outfield, Garrett Kelly in left, Tanner Tokunaga in center, and Cole Lemmel in right. Valenzuela Reese steps into the batter's box for the first time today. Pitch to him, swung on, and that is going to be lined right at the third baseman, Brandon De La Guardia, for the first out of the inning. First pitch swinging by Clay Valenzuela Reese. Just like that, 1 out in the top of the first inning. That'll bring up Davis DeLorphis. DeLorphis batting .360 on the year. Man from Salt Lake City, Utah. Plays for the University of Utah in his free time. Right-handed batter steps in. The first pitch to him misses low, ball 1.
First inning heat check is at 99 degrees. Brought to you by
Austin Lee, 5'9", 195 right-hander from Spokane, Washington. Here's the 1-0 to DeLorphis. That one catches the inside part of the plate for a strike. That strike called by home plate umpire Bill Shortridge. Jim Richens is the field ump tonight. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out to Davis DeLorphis. Swung on, chopped. It's going to be caught by the third baseman, Brandon De La Guardia, but the throw is wide. It pulls the first baseman, Marcus Wilhite, off the bag, and Davis DeLorphis is aboard. We'll see if they call that an error or a single. It will be an error on Brandon De La Guardia. So DeLorphis is aboard on the E5. And that'll bring up Alex Isola. Isola almost the hero last night. The first pitch to him, fastball, catches the outside part of the plate for a strike. 0-1. 1 out, runner on first for the Rogues here in the top of the first inning, no score. With the game tied in the top of the 9th inning and Clay Valenzuela Reese on second, Isola hit a home run over the right center field wall. Next one misses low, evens the count 1-1. That capped off a 5-run inning for the Rogues. They were trailing by 3 going into the 9th. Unfortunately, the game would go into extras and the Rogues would fall in 10. Here's the 1-1. That one misses outside. 2-1 the count to Alex Isola. Davis DeLorphis over there at first. 1 out here in the top of the first, no score. Isola will have to wait for the pitch. The throw is over to first base. Davis DeLorphis back safely. DeLorphis and Alex Isola, the 2 and 3 hitters for the Rogues, teammates at the University of Utah. Here's the 2-1. Swung on, hit well. That is going to be over the second baseman's head into right field for a single. Davis DeLorphis advances to second, and the Rogues have runners with 1 out here in the top of the first.
Now batting, left fielder number 2, Johnny De La Cruz.
That'll bring up Johnny De La Cruz. De La Cruz was one of the heroes in Game 1. With the bases loaded in the first inning, he hit a bases-clearing double. and would eventually come around to score later in that inning, and the Rogues would need all of those runs. They defeated the Heat 5-4 in that first game. First pitch to De La Cruz, misses low, ball 1. De La Cruz, the right-handed batter, waits on the 1-0. Here's the pitch. Swung on, chopped, hit right back to the pitcher, Austin Lee. They throw over to second for 1. The throw over to first pulls him off the bag. De La Cruz is safe. The Heat cannot turn the double play. An errant throw by the shortstop, Jack Walsh, pulls Marcus Wellhead off the bag for the second time in the inning.
Next up for Medford.
The Rogues have runners on the corners. DeLorphis advancing to third on the play. And that'll bring up Jake Helwig. Helwig, the left-handed batter, waits on the first pitch. That one, fastball, catches the outside part of the plate for a strike. 0-1 the count. Oh and 1 the count. Runners on first and third. 2 outs in the top of the first. Off speed, misses outside. Evens the count 1-1. Here's the 1-1. Nope. Lee will step off the rubber. Runners will head back to their bases. Everyone's safe. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 out. Johnny De La Cruz at first, Davis DeLorphis at third. The pitch, swung on, chopped to the second baseman. Caleb Van Blake waits for it. It bounces over his head into right field. Davis DeLorphis will score. 1-0. The Rogues are on top here in the top of the first inning.
Now batting, center fielder number 10, Connor Lowry.
So a chopping ball that Caleb Van Blake decided to wait and play it on the long hop, and it just bounced over his head. De La Cruz goes to second. Jake Helwig has himself an RBI. So with 2 outs and 2 on, that'll bring up Connor Lowry. The first pitch to him misses low, ball 1. Here's the 1-0 to Connor Lowry with runners on first and second. Swung on and missed. Evens the count 1-1. I'd like to thank all of you for joining us on the live stream and for joining us on the chat. It's a pleasure to chat with you guys during the game and to watch you chat with each other. The 1-1 swung on, hit to the third baseman. He will step on third base for the force out to end the inning. However, the Rogues get one across on the RBI single by Jake Helwig. We head to the bottom of the first. Peyton Fuller for your Rogues, ready to take the ball for the first time this game. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball live on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts.
You're moving on up, courtesy of our friends.
At People's Bank, we know that banking doesn't have to be complicated. Good banking happens when we put people first. Here at People's Bank, we're for the people with big dreams. We're here for families working on creating a better life for their children. We're for businesses investing locally to create a better community we're proud to call home. This is Ken Troutman, president of People's Bank. When we put people first, families grow stronger, businesses thrive, and our community flourishes. People's Bank. We put people first. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
We're back on the road with the Rogues.
Presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. We're in the bottom of the first inning. Rogues on top 1-0 thanks to an RBI single by Jake Hellwig scoring Davis DeLorphis. Peyton Fuller on the mound for your Rogues. First pitch to the leadoff man Tanner Tokunaga in there for a strike, 0-1. Peyton Fuller making his 9th appearance of the year for the Rogues. His 5th start. Fuller gets the sign from Alex Isola. He'll step off the rubber, give me a chance to give you the defensive alignment for the Rogues. Isola catching Peyton Fuller tonight. Davis DeLorphis at third. Clay Valenzuela-Reese at short. Scotty Wright at second. Dante Gutierrez at first. Next pitch, fastball catches the outside corner. 0-2 to Tanner Tokunaga. The outfield, the normal battery of Johnny De La Cruz in left, Connor Lowry in center, and Jake Hellwig in right. Peyton Fuller winds. Here's the 0-2. That one misses high. 1-2 the count. Peyton Fuller 1-1 on the year with a 5.26 ERA. Here's the 1-2. Swung on, hit down the first base line and foul. Rogues on top 1-0 here in the bottom of the first inning. Next pitch. That one misses high. Evens the count 2-2. Batting lineup for the Chico Heat, Tanner Tokunaga leading things off. Jack Walsh hitting second. Caleb Van Blake will bat third. Carson McCusker will bat fourth. Marcus Wilhite bats fifth. Cole Lemmel in the sixth spot. Brandon De La Guardia in seventh. Joe Bath batting 8th, and Garrett Kelly batting 9th. Alex Isola going to go out and have a conversation with Peyton Fuller, see how they want to approach this 2-2 count to Tanner Tokunaga. Tokunaga had himself a day yesterday. Doubled and scored a run in the first, singled in the fourth, tripled and scored a run in the seventh. He went 4 for 5. All right, we're all set to do this again. 2 balls, 2 strikes, no one on, no one out here in the bottom of the first. Fuller winds up. The pitch. Swung on, fouled off the first base side, and out of play. The Shadows making their mark here at Nettleton Stadium. The infield dirt entirely in shadow. That's cast by a large oak tree, I believe that is, off the first base side. And then the very end of the center field, grass is also in shadow. Next pitch bounces in the dirt, and that runs the count full 3-2. The infield shifted over to the right, which is interesting for a right-handed batter. So they're expecting Tanner Tokunaga to stay opposite field, basically. Connor Lowry's almost directly behind the second baseman, Scotty Wright. Next pitch, check swing, swung on and missed. First strikeout of the day for Peyton Fuller. 1 out now in the bottom of the first inning, and that'll bring up Jack Walsh.
Now batting for the shortstop from San Joaquin Delta, number 32, Jack Walsh.
Jack Walsh from Elk Grove, California. 6 foot, 180 pounds. Righty steps into the batter's box. First pitch to him, misses low, ball 1. Jack Walsh batting .282 on the year. This is just his 12th game for the Chico Heat, so a late arrival. Batting second, playing shortstop for the Heat today. The 1-0. Swung on hit to the second baseman. Scotty Wright is there. He fields it. Throw over to Gutierrez in plenty of time for the second out of the inning.
Stepping up to the plate, second baseman from UC Davis.
That'll bring up the 3-hitter for the Chico Heat, Caleb Van Blake. Last night, Caleb Van Blake hit in the 2 spot. Went 2 for 5 Those 2 hits, though, a double, an RBI double, and a 2 RBI home run. First pitch to him bounces in the dirt. 1-0 the count. The left-handed hitting Van Blake steps into the batter's box. Here's the 1-0 from Peyton Fuller. Swung on and missed. So 1-1 the count, no one on for the Chico Heat, bottom of the first inning. Rogues on top, 1-0. Next switch, bounced in the dirt. 2-1 the count. Remember, fans, this is the last game of a 3-game series between these Medford Rogues and the Chico Heat. The Rogues will have a day off tomorrow and then travel to Marysville for a 3-game series against the Gold Sox. Here's the 2-1 pitch from Peyton Fuller. Swung on, foul tipped. Evens the count, 2-2. Van Blake takes a couple practice swings, now settles back in. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. No one on in the bottom of the first. Here's the pitch. Off speed, a check swing, but no swing, says the home plate umpire, Bill Shortridge. So that runs the count full, 3-2. Waiting on deck, Carson McCusker. Fuller gets the sign from Isola, goes into the windup. Here's the pitch. Swung on, chopped to the first baseman, Gutierrez. Gutierrez will shovel it over to Peyton Fuller, who is there, steps on the bag for the final out. 1, 2, 3, go the Heat in the bottom of the first inning. We head to the top of the second, Rogues on top, 1-0. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball live on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. Located just 5 minutes from the I-5 and Grants Pass, Hellgate Jet Boat Excursions is the only place you need to go for the ultimate Rogue River experience. Jet through historic Hellgate Canyon, lounge at the exclusive OK Corral, and feast on all-you-can-eat homemade barbecue. Visit www.hellgate.com to book your Rogue River experience today. Welcome back, Rogue Nation, to Medford Rogues Baseball, live on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. We're in the top of the second inning, Rogues on top, 1-0, thanks to an RBI single by Jake Helwig, scoring Davis DeLorfis. The left-handed hitting Dante Gutierrez into the batter's box for the Rogues, looks at a first pitch strike. 0-1 the count. In the bottom of the first, Peyton Fuller sent down the Heat 1-2-3. Next pitch to Gutierrez outside, evens the count 1-1. Bottom of the order for the Rogues in this inning, Gutierrez, Gazzo, and Scotty Wright. Next pitch, fastball misses outside. 2 balls, 1 strike, the count. Here's the 2-1 pitch from Austin Lee. That one misses outside, so 3 balls and 1 strike the count now to Dante Gutierrez. Here's the 3-1. Swung on, hit through the right side of the infield for a base hit. A strong single for Dante Gutierrez to lead off the top of the second.
Nobody. Designated hitter number 22.
So that'll bring up the Wizard of Gaz, Jake Gazzo. Big right-handed hitter. When I say big, I mean big. 6'5", 225 from Redlands, California. Plays for Orange Coast College in his free time. Gazzo came on as a pinch hitter for the Rogues in the 6th. In the 8th, hit an opposite field home run. First pitch to him, an off-speed drops in there for a strike. 0-1 the count to Jake Gazzo. 1 on, nobody out here in the top of the second. Rogues on top, 1-0. Gazzo hit an opposite field home run that sparked the Rogues. Next pitch swung on and missed. Strike 2. Rogues were down by 6 in the 8th inning, but that 2-run shot by Jake Gazzo sparked the Rogues. It shifted the momentum back to them. They would ride that to a 5-run 9th inning. It was an absolutely incredible ball game there at the end. Really the entire game. The 0-2. Fastball misses outside, 1-2. It really was a terrific game, the entire game, all the way throughout. Rogues got 2 in the first. The Chico Heat answered with 1 in the first, 1 in the second. It seemed like the teams were just battling back and forth. If the Rogues scored some runs, the Heat would score some runs. The Rogues put up some on the board, the Heat would put some up on the board. And it came down to extras. It was just a fantastic game. Next pitch waved at by Jake Gazzo for strike 3. So that'll bring up Scotty Wright. Wright playing second base today. Scotty Wright made an appearance in the first game as a relief pitcher. Back in game 1. Scotty Wright pitched 3 shutout innings, struck out 5, didn't allow a base runner. Throw over to first, Dante Gutierrez back in time. Gutierrez at first, 1 out here in the top of the second. Rogues on top, 1-0.
This one's weird. It's like only sprays out of half of it. I don't know.
First pitch to Scotty Wright, misses outside, ball 1. Here's the 1-0 to Scotty Wright, the right-handed batter. Austin Lee checks the runner at first. The pitch drops in there for a strike. 1-1 the count. Scotty Wright from Vero Beach, Florida, plays for Colorado Christian in his free time. 6'2", 195 right-hander. Favorite team, the Miami Marlins. Here's the 1-1. That one misses outside, 2-1 the count. And I was having a conversation with Scotty Wright. I think we were in Portland the last time that him and I spoke officially on the broadcast, a pre-recorded interview. And when he mentioned that he was a Miami Marlins fan, I knew almost immediately what his favorite baseball moment was. 2-1 pitch through the right side of the field for another base hit. So the Rogues have runners on first and second for the second consecutive inning. That will turn the lineup over for Clay Valenzuela-Reese. Dante Gutierrez advancing to second on the play.
Now batting for Medford, shortstop number 13, Clay Valenzuela-Reese.
Valenzuela-Reese from Oregon City, Oregon, plays for Campbellsville University. 5'9", 185 right-hander. Waits on the first pitch from Austin Lee with 2 on and 1 out here in the top of the second. First pitch. Swung on, hit through the right side of the field for a base hit. Hogan will hold Dante Gutierrez. Clay Valenzuela-Reese is aboard, and now the Rogues' record for most consecutive games with a hit stands at 18. The hits keep on coming for Clay Valenzuela-Reese. The Rogues have the bases loaded and one out here in the top of the second. Davis DeLorfis scored what is so far the only run of the game. That ball hit, and it's going to fall into right field. One comes around. Here comes Scotty Wright. The throw at the plate, not going to be in time. The runners take another base. A 2 RBI single by Davis DeLorfis. And the Rogues are now on top, 3-0.
Now batting for Medford, catcher number 24, Alex Isola.
So now runners at second and third. Still one out here in the top of the second. Alex Isola now at the plate. First pitch to Ice. Fastball in there for a strike. 0-1 the count. Next pitch to Ice. Misses outside. Evens the count 1-1. Davis DeLorfis at second. Clay Valenzuela-Reese at third. Next one misses low and outside. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out here in the top of the second with the Rogues leading 3-0. Next one swung on, hit well to center field. Coming on is Tanner Tokunaga. He will make the play in shallow center field. It was hit well but high. Tokunaga, the speedy center fielder for the Chico Heat, makes the play. Retires Isola for the second out of the inning. Runner still at second and third for Johnny De La Cruz. De La Cruz, the man from Houston, Texas, steps into the right batter's box. He hits a ball up the middle for a base hit. Clay Valenzuela-Reese comes home. He clears the bat out of the base pads. The throw is not going to be in time. There was a slight collision. The catcher, Joe Bath, had his leg on the base pads. Davis DeLorfis slid into it. I know they changed that rule in the majors where the catcher had to have the ball to be able to block the plate. Regardless, it's a 2-run RBI for Johnny De La Cruz. Rogues have opened it up here in the second, 5-0 the score. Skipper for the Chico Heat coming out, going to have a conversation with his 20-year-old. Rogues got 1 in the first thanks to an RBI by Jake Helwig. Get 4 here in the second, thanks to a 2 RBI single by Davis DeLorfis and a 2 RBI single by Johnny De La Cruz. De La Cruz over there at first for Jake Helwig. Singled in a run back in the first inning. 5-0, Rogues on top here in the top of the second. Pitch swung on, hit just foul off the first base side. The left-handed hitting Helwig waits on the 0-1. He hits that one to right center field. Coming on is Tokunaga. He will make the play in right center field for the final out of the inning. Rogues leave 1 but bring 4 home thanks to 2 RBI singles by Davis DeLorfis and Johnny De La Cruz. We head to the bottom of the second inning. Rogues on top, 5-0 over the Chico Heat. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball live on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. For over 60 years, Lippert's Carpet One has been dedicated to helping people find the best flooring solutions for their home or business. And for over 60 years, Lippert's has sponsored and donated to many organizations in our community, and we appreciate them. If you want to completely transform a room, Lippert's has many products available, and there are more choices than ever. Whether for your home or business, Lippert's has a professional staff dedicated to helping you find just what you're looking for. Lippert's wants to thank you for being your flooring source for over 60 years. Located in Medford on North Pacific Highway or Rogue River Highway in Grants Pass, or find them at lipperts.com. Welcome back, Rogue Nation, to Medford Rogues Baseball, live on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. We're in the bottom of the second inning, Rogues on top 5-0. Here's the first pitch to Carson McCusker. He hits that one well down the left field line. That is trouble if it's fair. It is. It bounces all the way to the wall. Carson McCusker, the DH for the Chico Heat tonight, aboard with a double to lead off the bottom of the second. So that'll bring up Marcus Wilhite.
First baseman from Cal State San Marcos, number 5, Marcus Wilhite.
Doug, I really appreciate the kind words. It's a beautiful game. I'm just doing my best to put it in words. McCusker takes his lead at second. The pitch to Marcus Wilhite, the left-handed batter, is high and outside. Ball one. Nobody out here in the bottom of the second inning. Rogues on top, 5-0. The 1-0 to Wilhite. That one misses high. 2-0 the count. Rogues got 1 in the first thanks to an RBI single by Jake Helwig, 4 in the second thanks to 2 RBI singles by Johnny De La Cruz and Davis DeLorphis. The 2-0 swung on, fouled back and out of play off the third base side.
Brought to you by Casino 99.
So the count is now 2-1.
In Chico.
No one out. Carson McCusker at second. Here in the bottom of the second, Rogues on top, 5-0. Peyton Fuller comes set, looks back at second, looks back again. Throw over to second. It's a close one. Did they get him? Yes, says the field ump, Jim Richens. Peyton Fuller and Clay Valenzuela-Reese teaming up to pick off Carson McCusker. The first base coach for the Chico Heat and the head coach will come out and have a conversation. McCusker will jog back into the dugout. A great pickoff move by Peyton Fuller. The tag applied by Clay Valenzuela-Reese. Erases the lead-off double. 1 out in the bottom of the second. Two and one the count, 1 out, nobody on here in the bottom of the second inning for Marcus Wilhite, the left-handed batter. Fuller into the windup, the 2-1. Swung on, that one's hit well to right center field. Going back is Connor Lowry. That one is going to roll all the way to the wall. And Marcus Wilhite has himself a stand-up double. However, That pickoff move by Peyton Fuller showing the dividends. Keeps a run off the board.
Next up for Chico, right fielder from Cal Berkeley, number 15, Cole Lemel.
So that'll bring up Cole Lemel with 1 out and 1 on for the Heat. First pitch, fastball at the knees, called a strike by Bill Shortridge, the home plate ump. 0-1 the count. 1 out, runner on second for the Heat. Here in the bottom of the second inning. Fuller looks back at second. Comes home, the 0-1. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. Cole Lemel, the right-handed batter, waits on the 0-2 pitch from Peyton Fuller. That one swung on and missed. Strike 3. Lemel slams his bat on the ground. Imagine just wanted to feel like he was hitting something with his bat. Didn't that time against Peyton Fuller. The second strikeout of the day for Peyton Fuller. It's the second out of the second inning. So that'll bring up Brandon De La Guardia. De La Guardia hit the walk-off single in the bottom of the 10th of last night's game. It was a sharply hit grounder that bounced off of Braden Stutzman's glove. That pitch is going to be by, it's going to be hit and be by a diving Davis DeLorfis. There's going to be a play at the plate, and he's going to be safe. The throw was a little wide by Johnny De La Cruz. Alex Isola made a great effort, tried to apply the tag. The ball made it there in time, but the throw pulled Isola too far off the base pads, and the runner, Marcus Wilhite, just out of reach of Alex Isola. So an RBI single for Brandon De La Guardia, picking up where he left off last night. The Chico Heat are on the board here in the bottom of the second. 5-1 the score now. That'll bring up the catcher, Joe Bath, with 2 out and runner on first. First pitch misses outside. Ball gets away from Isola. The throw is going to be into center field. However, De La Guardia will not take third on the throw. The field ump, Jim Richens, was right in the path of that ball. I don't think Scotty Wright saw it coming until Jim Richens ducked out of the way. And then the ball sailed into center field. Connor Lowry, the heads-up play, was running in before Isola even made the throw, and because of that, the runner stays at second. It's a stolen base for De La Guardia. 1-0 the count to Joe Bath. Here's the pitch. Chopped to the second baseman right, picks it up, over to Gutierrez for the final out of the inning. The Heat strand one, get one across here in the bottom of the second. We head to the top of the third. Your Rogues on top, 5-1. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball live on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. This Rogues broadcast is brought to you by Heroes. Heroes is the new place for gourmet subs, wraps, salads, and burgers. People are really talking about how Heroes is the best sandwich shop in town. Go give them a try. Eat like a hero. Hero Sandwiches.
We're back on the road with the Rogues. Take the Rogues with you by following along on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. We are in the top of the third inning. Your Rogues on top 5-1 over the Chico Heat. Leading things off for the Medford Rogues, Connor Lowry. Lowry grounded into a fielder's choice to end the first inning. 5 runs, 7 hits, no errors for the Rogues. 1 run, 3 hits, 1 error for the Heat. The first pitch to Connor Lowry. Swung on, chopped to the third baseman. Picked it is De La Guardia. The throw is going to pull the first baseman off the bag, but the tag is applied to Connor Lowry before he stepped on the bag. No argument from Mr. Lowry. So a good call by the field ump, Jim Richens there. First out of the inning for the Rogues. That'll bring up Dante Gutierrez, who singled and scored in the second. Remember, fans, you can follow along on Twitter at Medford Rogues. Follow us on Instagram at Medford Rogues and on Facebook, Medford Rogues Baseball Club. First pitch to Gutierrez. Catches the outside part of the plate for a strike. 0-1 the count. 1 out, top of the third inning. No one on for the Rogues. 5-1 the score. The 0-1. Waved at. 0-2 the count. Gutierrez from Chula Vista, California. Left-handed batter, throws right, 5'10", 195, plays for the University of San Diego in his free time. Here's the 0-2. Catches the outside part of the plate for strike 3. The ever-shifting shadows at Nettleton Stadium.
Designated hitter number 22, Jake Gazzo.
The pitcher's mound is now in the sunlight. The batter's box is in the shade. The infield dirt about half in the sun, half in the shade. Jake Gazzo steps up to the batter's box. First pitch to him misses outside, ball 1. No one on, 2 out in the top of the third inning. Rogues on top, 5-1. Next one misses, 2-0 the count to Jake Gazzo. Next one swung on, fouled into the Rogues dugout off the third base side. Ryan Carl picks it up. Tosses it back to the home plate ump. And are ready to do this again. Rogues wearing their green tops with gray pants. The Chico Heat white tops with blue and red stripes across the chest, across the belly almost. Next one misses outside. 3-1 the count to Jake Gazzo. Chico Heat in red caps. And the name Chico across the chest in red, white, and blue stars and stripes. Next pitch swung on, foul tipped. Gazzo staying alive in a full count with 2 outs, no one on in the top of the third inning. Rogues on top, 5-1. That pitch hit high to the left fielder, Garrett Kelly. Fighting the sun will make the catch for the out. Rogues go down in order in the top of the third inning. We head to the bottom of the third, still on top, 5-1 over the Chico Heat. You're listening to the Medford Rogues live stream on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. This Rogues broadcast is brought to you by Mary's Barbecue. Tender, juicy, slow-smoked meat homemade sides, and friendly service. And it's easy for anyone in Southern Oregon to get to. Mary's Barbecue Place at 841 East Pine Street in Central Point. Follow along on Facebook or their website, marysbbqplace.com.
Rogues fans, it's easier than ever to get your tickets to check out the Medford Rogues this summer. Visit medfordrogues.com and click the Tickets tab to pick your seats for the next night out at Harry and David Field.
Welcome back, Rogue Nation, to Medford Rogues Baseball, live on medfordrogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. We're in the bottom of the third inning, Rogues on top 5-1 over the Chico Heat. Leading things off for the Heat in the bottom of the third, the left fielder Garrett Kelly, who made the final out of the top of the third, squeezed the pop fly hit by Jake Gazzo. First pitch to Kelly, swung on and missed, strike one. Rogues getting 1 in the first, 4 in the second. Chico answered with 1 in the second. Here's the 0-1. Misses outside and low. Evens the count, 1-1. Right-handed hitting Garrett Kelly waits on the 1-1 from Peyton Fuller. That one misses high, 2-1 the count. No one on, no one out here in the bottom of the third inning. Rogues on top, 5-1. Here's the windup, the 2-1. Swung on, hit sharply to Davis DeLorfis at third. He snags it, makes a great throw over to Gutierrez to beat Garrett Kelly by half a step. What a great play by Davis DeLorfis over there at third. Goes down as a routine 5-3, but it was anything but. DeLorfis had to lunge to his right to backhand that ball. It was screaming down the third base line. Picked it cleanly, made an accurate, strong throw over to Gutierrez at first for the first out of the third. Tanner Tokunaga, the leadoff man for the Chico Heat, steps in, looks at a first pitch ball. 1-0 the count. Here's the 1-0. Swung on, hit up the middle. Valenzuela-Reese makes the play. The throw is going to pull Gutierrez off the bag, and I mean, barely. He had to just barely leave his feet to make the catch on that throw, and on that half a second that his feet left the bag, Tokunaga stepped in on the bag and got in safely. It'll be ruled as an error to Clay Valenzuela-Reese. And that'll bring up Jack Walsh. Runner on first, 1 out in the bottom of the third inning. Here's the pitch to the right-handed hitting Jack Walsh. That one gets by Alex Isola. Tanner Tokunaga will take second base. Now, I would call that a pass ball. Wasn't in the dirt. I think it just... Isola just missed that one. He shaked his head at himself. He knew he should have caught that one. Tokunaga advances on the passed ball. So now a runner at second with 1 out here in the bottom of the third. 1-0 the count to Jack Walsh. Here's the pitch from Fuller. Swung on, hit to the second baseman, Scotty Wright. He will pick it up. Only play is to first. He makes it for the second out of the inning. Tokunaga advances to third on the play, and that'll bring up Caleb Van Blake.
Next up for Chico, second baseman number 6, Caleb Van Blake.
Van Blake grounded to Dante Gutierrez back in the first inning. Two outs, runner on third for the Chico Heat here in the bottom of the third inning. Peyton Fuller comes home. Swung on, fouled back and out of play. 0-1 the count.
That ball sponsored by Chico Spine and Wellness. Helping the Chico Heat reach their full potential. Chico Spine and Wellness, the official team chiropractor.
The left-handed hitting Van Blake waits on the 0-1 from Peyton Fuller. Here's the pitch. That one misses outside, evens the count 1-1. Tanner Tokunaga over there at third base, reached on an error, advanced to second on a pass ball, advanced to third on the ground out from Jack Walsh. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 out in the bottom of the third inning. Rogues on top 5-1. Here's the 1-1 from Fuller. That one misses high, 2-1 the count. Peyton Fuller shaking off the sign from Isola, gets one he likes. Here's the 2-1 from Peyton Fuller. Off speed, just missing outside, runs the count to 3-1. Waiting on deck, Carson McCusker. So 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 out, runner on third, that's Tanner Tokunaga here in the bottom of the third inning. Peyton Fuller, the duckling, as he's being called on the live chat, delivers a 3-1. Swung on, fouled back. Runs the count full, 3-2. Peyton Fuller wipes his brow. It is hot out there. The pitcher's mound nearly entirely covered in shade. I think just his face is still in the sunlight. Everything else in shade. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Misses low in the dirt, ball 4. It's the first walk allowed by Peyton Fuller. Runners on the corners now for the Heat. But there are 2 outs in this inning. Carson McCusker doubled in the second and then was caught on the base pads. A terrific pickoff move from Peyton Fuller. Clay Valenzuela-Reese, the shortstop, applied the tag. It was a thing of beauty. It was something straight out of the major leagues. Cusker, the right-handed batter, steps in. 2 on, 2 out in the bottom of the third. Here's the pitch from Peyton Fuller. Misses outside, ball 1. Fuller looks in, gets the sign. Runners on first and third, they take their lead. Here's the 1-0. Fastball, that one is hit to right field. Coming on and making a great diving play is Jake Helwig. Jake Helwig, a feet-first slide out there in center, or in right rather, makes the play on that ball, gets Peyton Fuller out of the jam. We head to the top of the 4th inning. Rogues on top 5-1 over the Chico Heat. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball live on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. Fans, I can't tell you how many times we've had to replace a window at Harry and David Field because of a stray fly ball. When we need our windows fixed or replaced, the only team we trust are the folks at Bill's Glass. With locations in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass, Bill's Glass is the fastest and most affordable glass service in Southern Oregon. When you hear that crash, think Bill's Glass.
We're back on the road with the Rogues.
Presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. We're in the top of the fourth inning. Rogues on top 5-1. Scotty Wright will lead things off for the Rogues. Looks at a first pitch ball. 1-0 the count. Next one misses outside. 2-0 the count. Austin Lee still on the mound for the Heat. That one misses inside, so 3 straight balls to Scotty Wright. Waiting on deck, Clay Valenzuela-Reese. Rogues got 1 in the first, 4 in the second. See, we have some new faces on the live chat. That one called strike to Scotty Wright, taking all the way. Welcome, Logan, and welcome, Jeter Jet. The 3-1 to Scotty Wright. Misses high, ball 4. Scotty Wright aboard for the second time today.
Shortstop number 13, Clay Valenzuela-Reese.
And that'll bring up Clay Valenzuela-Reese. First pitch to Valenzuela-Reese, off speed, misses outside, ball 1. Scotty Wright over there at first. No one out here in the top of the fourth inning. Rogues on top, 5-1. Valenzuela-Reese, the right-handed batter, waits on the 1-0. Here it is. Scotty Wright takes off. That ball is hit to the shortstop. It's a softly hit ball, and the ball gets by him. The shortstop, Jack Walsh, was charging the ball. It was softly hit to him. He brought his glove down, just not far enough. The ball sneaked right under his glove, goes into left center field. Everyone's safe. Scotty Wright at third.
Next up, third baseman number
It'll be ruled an error. Rogues are in business here in the fourth inning. So runners at the corners for the Rogues. They don't have a hit in this ball game. Davis DeLorfis, who had a 2 RBI single in the first, hits that one to right field. Coming on and making the play is the right fielder, Cole Lemmel. Scotty Wright comes home. The throw is a good one, and they get him. It was a one bounce throw from the right fielder, Cole Lemmel, who was charging. He was coming on, running inwards to make the catch and the throw.
For Alex Isola.
So a fly ball, throw out at home, double play. Just like that, there are 2 outs. In the top of the fourth inning. Clay Valenzuela-Reese still at first. Stepping up to the batter's box, Alex Isola. Throw over to first, Valenzuela-Reese back standing. 5-1 the score here in the top of the fourth inning. 2 outs, Valenzuela-Reese at first. The pitch to Isola. Fastball at the knees, called a strike, 0-1 to the man from Lincoln, California. The 0-1, same location, this one just a little lower, I suppose. Evens the count, 1-1. Here's the 1-1 with 2 outs and a runner on first for Isola. That one misses low and away. 2 balls and 1 strike. We're in the top of the fourth. Rogues on top, 5-1. The 2-1. Swung on, broken bat, and it falls fair just behind the third base bag. Valenzuela-Reese digs in for third. He's in there safely. Isola will advance to second on the play. I think they'll rule that a single and then he advanced to second on the throw into third. A broken bat single for Alex Isola. The barrel of the bat flew nearly all the way to the third baseman, Brandon De La Guardia. The ball floated just out of reach over his head and plopped maybe a foot or two inside the line right at the edge of the outfield grass before rolling foul. So runners on second and third for Johnny De La Cruz here in the top of the fourth inning. Here's the pitch to De La Cruz. That one misses high, ball one. Valenzuela-Reese at third, Isola at second with 2 outs in the top of the fourth. The 1-0 to De La Cruz, misses low, 2-0 the count. Here's the 2-0 to Johnny De La Cruz. That one misses outside, 3-0 the count. So it seems like Austin Lee is pitching around Johnny De La Cruz with first base open. Waiting on deck, Jake Helwig. We'll see if De La Cruz gets something to hit here in a 3-0 count, 2 out, runners on second and third in the top of the fourth. Fastball catches the outside part of the plate for a strike, 3-1 to Johnny De La Cruz. The 3-1 swung on, hits to right field. That is going to be caught by the right fielder, Cole Lemmel. It was a line drive that just stayed up a little too long for Johnny De La Cruz. The Rogues strand 2. We head to the bottom of the fourth inning. Rogues on top 5-1 over the Chico Heat. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball live on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. This Rogues broadcast is brought to you by Morton's Family Dining and Bar. Morton's offers something for everyone. Morton's has a full sports bar, a separate family dining side of the restaurant, and even delivery. Check out their website, mortons.com. That's Morton's with 2 R's.
Be sure to follow the Rogues on social media for giveaways, special behind-the-scenes features, and more. Like us on Facebook at Medford Rogues Baseball, and follow along on Twitter and Instagram at Medford Rogues.
Welcome back, Rogue Nation, to Medford Rogues Baseball, live on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. We're in the bottom of the fourth inning. Your Rogues on top, 5-1 over the Chico Heat. This Rogues broadcast is also brought to you by your local Rogue Valley, Fred Meyer. Stepping into the batter's box, leading things off for the Chico Heat in the bottom of the fourth, left-handed hitting Marcus Wilhite. Wilhite doubled and scored the lone run of the game for the Chico Heat back in the second inning. First pitch to him, a called strike by home plate umpire Bill Shortridge. Here's the 0-1 to Wilhite. Skips in the dirt, evens the count 1-1. Rogues got 1 in the first, 4 in the second. The Heat answered with 1 in the second. Next pitch, buckles the knees of Marcus Wilhite. Falls in there for a strike. A terrific pitch by Peyton Fuller. He's ahead 1-2 to Wilhite. That one misses outside, evens the count 2-2. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Fuller. That one just missing inside. Rogues dugout wanted that one. Bill Shortridge not giving it to him. Runs the count full, 3-2. Here's the windup and the pitch. Called strike 3 at the knees. Marcus Wilhite will take a seat back in the Heat dugout, the third strikeout victim of the day for Peyton Fuller. That'll bring up Cole Lemmel, who is one of the other strikeout victims for the Heat. Lemmel, the right fielder for the Chico Heat, bats right-handed. Here's the first pitch. That one misses low and outside, ball 1. No one on, 1 out in the bottom of the 4th inning. Rogues on top, 5-1. The 1-0. Chop to the shortstop, Valenzuela-Reese. Picks it, throws over to first. A great throw by Valenzuela-Reese to get Cole Lemmel. Strong, accurate throw to Dante Gutierrez covering the bag at first. 2 down in the bottom of the 4th.
Now batting for the third baseman, number 11, Brandon De La Guardia.
That'll bring up Brandon De La Guardia, who has the lone RBI for the Heat in this game. The first pitch to De La Guardia, fastball on the outside part of the plate for a strike. 0-1 the count. 2 outs, nobody on here in the bottom of the 4th. Rogues on top, 5-1. The 0-1 waved at. 0-2 the count to Brandon De La Guardia, the right-handed hitting third baseman. Next one misses high. 1-2 the count. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That one skips in the dirt. Evens the count, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, no one on here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Rogues on top, 5-1. Isola settles back into the crouch. The field now completely engulfed in shadow. Here's the 2-2. Chop to the third baseman, to the shortstop rather, Valenzuela-Reese. Another great throw, another out. 3 up, 3 down, go the Heat in the 4th. We head to the 5th, Rogues on top, 5-1. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball live on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. Rogue Regency Inn & Suites is the official host hotel of the Medford Rogues. Whether you're in Southern Oregon for a quick stay or a longer visit, Rogue Regency has a warm, casually elegant atmosphere with plenty to offer, including Chadwick's, the official sports bar of the Medford Rogues. Make sure you head to the post-game party headquarters, Chadwick's Pub and Sports Bar, and the Rogue Regency Inn and Suites. Welcome back, Rogue Nation, to Medford Rogues Baseball, live on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. We're in the top of the fifth inning. Rogues on top 5-1 over the Chico Heat. Leading things off for the Rogues. Here in the fifth, Jake Hellwig looks at a first pitch that's outside, ball one. Next one, bunt attempt goes foul. Evens the count 1-1. Hellwig got the scoring started for the Rogues in the first inning. He singled home Davis DeLorphis. 1 ball, 1 strike, no one on, no one out. Here in the top of the fifth. The pitch. Waved at by Hellwig. 1-2 the count. Five runs, 8 hits, 1 error for the Rogues. 1 run, 3 hits, 2 errors for the Heat. Here's the 1-2. Chop to the first baseman. Took a funny hop, but Will Height stayed with it. Will step on the bag himself for the first out of the fifth. That'll bring up Connor Lowry, who is 0 for 2 on the day.
Center fielder, number 10, Connor Lowry.
First pitch in the dirt. 1-0 the count to Connor Lowry. Lowry from Refugio, Texas, plays for Blackhawk JC. 6'1", 185 right-hander. Here's the 1-0. Waved at. Evens the count 1-1. Lowry batting .262 on the year. In 38 games has 38 hits, 25 runs, 11 doubles, 30 RBI. Lowry will head to the Rogues dugout. I think he's just going to grab some rosin off the bat of Davis DeLorphis. He'll walk back to the batter's box. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, no one on for the Rogues in the top of the fifth. They're up 5-1. The 1-1 misses low and outside, 2-1 the count. The 2-1. Foul tipped. Evens the count 2-2. Waiting on deck, Dante Gutierrez. Lights starting to come on here at Nettleton Stadium. Now, once the sun goes down, it becomes so much more pleasant. The 2-2 swung on and missed, strike 3. So that's 2 down in the top of the fifth.
Next up, first baseman.
Bases are clear for left-handed hitting Dante Gutierrez. Gutierrez steps into the left-hander's batting box. The first pitch to him, fastball at the knees for a strike. 0-1 the count. The 0-1 bounces in the dirt, evens the count 1-1. The 1-1 to Dante Gutierrez. Off speed, misses just outside. 2-1 the count. The sky is clear above us, but if you look out into the distance in left center field, the wavy, wispy clouds. 2-1, fouled back. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, no one on for Dante Gutierrez. Top of the 5th inning. Rogues on top, 5-1. Rogues got 1 in the first, 4 in the second. Chico answered with 1 in the bottom of the second. Here's the 2-2 to Gutierrez. Swung on, hit it over the the shortstop's head, lands into left field softly for a base hit.
Designated hitter number 22, Jake Gazzo.
So Gutierrez with a 2-out single, his second hit of the day. He's 2 for 3. That'll bring up Jake Gazzo. First pitch to Gazzo, misses outside, ball 1. Runner on first for the Rogues here in the top of the 5th inning. Here's the 1-0 pitch with 2 outs. Swung on, foul tipped. Next one skips in the dirt. Gutierrez is going to take off. There's not going to be a throw. The ball skipped in the dirt, bounced off the chest plate of catcher Joe Bath, and then rolled down the third base line. Too far out of reach for Joe Bath to make a play. Dante Gutierrez takes second on the wild pitch. And the Rogues have a runner in scoring position here with 2 outs in the top of the 5th. 2-1 the count to Jake Gazzo. Waiting on deck, Scotty Wright. That one hit up the middle for a base hit. Hogan is going to wave Gutierrez home. The throw by Tokunaga is there and not made. The tag is the catcher Joe Bath. Dante Gutierrez coming home hard. Josh Hogan waving him home. The throw was on time, but the tag was not made in time. A great throw by Tanner Tokunaga out there in center, but to no avail. An RBI single for Jake Gazzo. The Rogues are up 6-1 here in the top of the 5th inning. The trainer for the Chico Heat coming out, along with the skipper for the Heat. Looks like an infield conversation going on. We're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, the rest of this ball game. Rogues on top, 6-1 in the top of the 5th. Jake Gazzo at second with 2 outs. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. Welcome back, Rogue Nation, to Medford Rogues Baseball, live on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. We're in the top of the 5th inning. Jake Gazzo at second in a 6-1 ball game. 2 outs, though. Scotty Wright at the plate. Tanner Roundy on the mound for the Heat. First pitch swinging, foul tipped. 0-1 the count to Scotty Wright. Tanner Roundy from Henderson, Nevada, plays for Columbia Basin Community College. Southpaw 6'4", 180 pounds. Scotty Wright, the right-handed batter, waits on the 0-1. Roundy looks back at second, now comes home. That one fouled back and out of play. So quickly in a hole is Scotty Wright.
Located right here in Chico.
Before the break, Jake Gazzo hit a RBI single that scored Dante Gutierrez. That ended the night for Austin Lee. Here's the pitch. That one misses high, 1-2 the count. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 out. Runner on second. Scotty Wright hits that one high to right field. Coming on is Cole Lemmel and Tanner Tokunaga. It will be Lemmel who makes the grab for the final out of the top of the 5th. Rogues leave one, they get one across on the RBI single by Jake Gazzo, scoring Dante Gutierrez. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Rogues on top, 6-1. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball on MedfordRogues.com. Presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. For over 60 years, Lippert's Carpet One has been dedicated to helping people find the best flooring solutions for their home or business. And for over 60 years, Lippert's has sponsored and donated to many organizations in our community, and we appreciate them. If you want to completely transform a room, Lippert's has many products available, and there are more choices than ever. Whether for your home or business, Lippert's has a professional staff dedicated to helping you find just what you're looking for. Lippert's wants to thank you for being your flooring source for over 60 years. Located in Medford on North Pacific Highway or Rogue River Highway in Grants Pass, or find them at lipperts.com.
Let's head back to the ballpark. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball, live on MedfordRogues.com.
Presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. Rogues on top 6-1 over the Chico Heat. Peyton Fuller back on the mound for the Rogues. First pitch to Joe Bath. The Heat catcher is high and inside. Ball 1. Peyton Fuller gets the sign, goes into the windup. The 1-0, hit up the middle for a base hit. Now a leadoff single for Joe Bath here in the bottom of the 5th inning. That will bring up Garrett Kelly, the left fielder.
Stepping up to the plate, left fielder number 4, Garrett Kelly.
Rogues got 1 in the first, 4 in the second, 1 more in the 5th. Most recently, a RBI single by Jake Gazzo to score Dante Gutierrez in the top half of this inning. That equals 6 runs for the Rogues on 10 hits and 1 error. Throw over to first, diving back safely is Joe Bath. Garrett Kelly 0 for 1 on the day, grounded to third base back in the 3rd. That was on that great play by Davis DeLorfis, who backhanded that ball that was screaming down the line. First pitch to him, over the head of Clay Valenzuela-Reese into left field for a single. Back-to-back singles for the Heat. Joe Bath advances to second. That will turn the lineup over for the Heat. That will bring up Tanner Tokunaga. Tokunaga is 0 for 1 on the day, struck out in the first. Reached on an error in the third. Alex Isola going to go out and have a conversation. Christian Coronado going to join him. We'll see what they do in this 2-on, no-out situation. We're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, the rest of this ball game. Rogues on top 6-1 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Welcome back, Rogue Nation, to Medford Rogues Baseball, live on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. Runners on first and second for the Heat, no one out in the bottom of the 5th. Jack Walsh, the hitter, takes a first pitch high, ball 1. Joe Bath at second, Garrett Kelly at first. They both singled in this inning. Rogues on top 6-1. Peyton Fuller steps off the mound. Joe Bath will head back to second. I'm sure the Heat are very aware of the pickoff move that Peyton Fuller pulled back in the second inning to get Carson McCusker cheating on the base pads. The 1-0 swung on and missed to Tanner Tokunaga. Joe Bath at second, Garrett Kelly at first. One ball and one strike here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Peyton Fuller gets the sign from Alex Isola. Looks back at second. Looks back again. Here's the 1-1. Waved at. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Tanner Tokunaga 0 for 1 on the day. Struck out in the first, reached on an error in the third. Peyton Fuller ahead of him, 1-2 the count. Fuller gets the sign that he likes from Isola. Here's the 1-2 with 2 on and no one out. Off speed, catches the outside part of the plate, strike 3 called. A terrific off-speed pitch by Peyton Fuller, catches the outer edge. Sits down Tanner Tokunaga for the second time today. A huge first out in this inning. Still some work to do for Peyton Fuller, however. 2 on and 1 out for the shortstop Jack Walsh, who was 0 for 2 on the day. Grounded to Scotty Wright both times. Here's the first pitch to Jack Walsh of the 5th inning. Valenzuela-Reese flashing over to second base. Joe Bath back safely. No throw by Peyton Fuller. 6-1 the score here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Runners on first and second for the Heat. Here's the pitch to Jack Walsh. Misses low, ball 1. One ball and no strikes to Jack Walsh. That one by a diving Scotty Wright over there at second. The runners will hold. And the bases are now loaded for Caleb Van Blake.
Number 6, Caleb Van Blake.
Van Blake is 0 for 1 on the day. He walked back into the third inning. Some action in the Rogues bullpen. We'll get that name and number for you in just a second. Here's the first pitch to the left-handed hitting Caleb Van Blake with 2 on, with rather bases loaded situation. Off speed, misses inside, ball 1. 1 out, runners aboard for the Heat. Here in the bottom of the 5th inning, Rogues on top, 6-1. Here's the 1-0 from Fuller. Swung on, foul back and out of play off the third base side. Evens the count 1-1. Aaron Hutchinson is the pitcher for the Rogues, warming up in the bullpen. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, bases loaded in the bottom of the 5th inning. Rogues on top, 6-1. That one fouled back out of play. 1-2 the count.
Rehabilitation Hospital. Your first step to recovery.
One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bases are loaded here in the bottom of the 5th. Peyton Fuller comes set. He deals. That one hit well to right center field. Going back is Jake Helwig. He will make the play on the warning track, a half step in front of the wall. 1 run will come home. That's Joe Bath. Garrett Kelly advances to third base on the sac fly. 1 across for the Heat here in the bottom of the 5th. 6-2 the score now.
Next up for the Heat, designated hitter from Oklahoma State, number 28, Carson McCusker.
The ball sounded good off the bat of Caleb Van Blake, but it just stayed fair. Just stayed in play. He is the second out of the inning, the RBI sac fly for Caleb Van Blake. That'll bring up Carson McCusker, who doubled and was picked off in the second. First pitch swinging, fouled it back, 0-1 the count. Runners on the corners for the Chico Heat. Garrett Kelly at third, Jack Walsh at first. Here's the 0-1 to Carson McCusker. Misses high, evens the count 1-1. Peyton Fuller getting the sign from Alex Isola. Here's the 1-1. The runner takes off. It swung on and missed. The throw, a great one. Tagged out, says the field ump, Jim Richens. Another runner sent down by Alex Isola. That will end the inning and the threat for the Chico Heat. They do get 1 across. They leave 1 at third. We head to the top of the 6th. Rogues on top, 6-2. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball live on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. Rogues Baseball is brought to you by Claudio Alvarez Construction and Restoration. Founded over 2 decades ago, Claudio Alvarez Construction and Restoration are there when you need them most. Whether it's fire, storm, or water damage, the Alvarez Restoration team is ready and willing to bring your home back to how it used to be. They like to say, when bad stuff happens, we make good stuff happen. Find them at alvarezrestoration.com or by calling 541-727-7340. Welcome back, Rogue Nation, to Medford Rogues Baseball, live on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. Top of the 6th inning, Rogues on top 6-2 over the Chico Heat. Clay Valenzuela-Reese leading things off for the Rogues. Swung on that first pitch, 0-1. Next one misses outside, evens the count 1-1. Tanner Roundy on the mound for the Chico Heat. He came on in relief for Austin Lee in the 5th. Next pitch, fouled back, 1-2 the count. Final line for Austin Lee, 4 2/3 innings pitched, 10 hits, 6 runs, 5 earned, 3 strikeouts, 1 walk. 1-2 the count to Clay Valenzuela-Reese, leading off the top of the 6th. Misses outside, 2-2 the count. Rogues getting 1 in the first, 4 in the second, 1 more in the 5th. That one misses low, runs the count full, 3-2. Top of the order for the Rogues in the 6th, Clay Valenzuela-Reese, Davis DeLorfis, and Alex Isola. The 3-2, waved at, strike 3. So that is the first out of the inning for the Rogues. That'll bring up Davis DeLorfis. DeLorfis singled in the first, rather reached on an error in the first and scored, hit a 2 RBI single, and eventually scored in the second. He is 1 for 2 on the day. No one on, 1 out here in the top of the 6th inning. Rogues on top, 6-2. The southpaw, Tanner Roundy, goes into his windup. Here's the first pitch to DeLorfis. Fastball, chopped. That is going to be a fair ball over the third baseman, Brandon De La Guardia's head. He can't believe it. A number of balls hit to and over Brandon De La Guardia today that have just stayed fair. I think that ball may have actually hit the chalk. If it didn't, it was very, very close. It stays fair for Davis DeLorfis. A double with 1 out here in the top of the 6th. De La Guardia thinking, what do I got to do to catch a break? Alex Isola steps into the batter's box now, with DeLorfis at second and 1 out here in the top of the 6th. Isola 0 for 1 on the day. First pitch in there for a strike. 0-1 the count. Rather, Isola is 2 for 3 on the day. He has a single in the first and the 4th inning. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out to Alex Isola. Fastball at the knees, called a strike by home plate umpire Bill Shortridge. Isola quickly in a hole, 0-2. The 0-2, that one misses badly outside. Nice play by Joe Bath to backhand that ball. Keep DeLorfis at second. 1-2 the count to Alex Isola. DeLorfis takes his lead from second. 1 out in the top of the 6th. Rogues on top, 6-2. That one misses low. Evens the count, 2-2. Here's the 2-2 to Alex Isola. Hit up the middle for a base hit. Josh Hogan will hold Davis DeLorfis at third. It was a softly hit ball that just got by the diving attempt by Caleb Van Blake. Another single for Alex Isola, 3 for 4 on the day. Runners at the corners for the Rogues for Johnny De La Cruz. Roundy and the catcher Joe Bath having a conversation about what they want to do. First and third, 1 out here in the top of the 6th. Rogues on top 6-2. Bill Shortridge says, all right, conversation over. Let's play some baseball. I'd have to agree. Johnny De La Cruz hit a 2 RBI single in the second inning. And the skipper for the Chico Heat going to go out. He's pointing to the Heat bullpen. We'll have a pitching change here in the top of the 6th. First and third for the Rogues, 1 out. They lead 6-2 over the Chico Heat. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball live on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. Welcome back, Rogue Nation. Johnny De La Cruz, first pitch swinging over to the shortstop. They get one at second, over to first, in time for the double play. Well, that was quick. Rogues leave one. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Rogues on top, 6-2. You're listening to the Medford Rogues live stream on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. Welcome back, Rogue Nation, to Medford Rogues Baseball, live on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. We are in the bottom of the 6th inning, Rogues on top, 6-2. Aaron Hutchinson on in relief of Peyton Fuller. First batter, Hutch will face Carson McCusker. First pitch swinging by McCusker, hit softly to Scotty Wright, picks it up over to first in time for the out. One pitch, one out for Aaron Hutchinson and the Rogues in the bottom of the 6th inning. They lead 6-2 over the Chico Heat. Peyton Fuller's final line, 5 innings pitched, 6 hits allowed, 2 earned runs, 4 strikeouts. That will bring up Marcus Wilhite. First pitch to Wilhite in there for a strike. Thrown by the righty, Aaron Hutchinson, 0-1 the count. Isola going to go out and have a conversation with Hutch. Hutchinson, a Rogue Valley native from Phoenix, Oregon. Plays for Lane Community College. Here's the 0-1 from Hutch. Showing bunt is Wilhite. It's failed. 0-2 the count to the first baseman for the Heat. Here's the windup and the 0-2 pitch. Fouled out of play off the third base side. We'll do this again. Some numbers for Aaron Hutchinson. He is 2-0 on the year. This will be his 17th game for the Rogues. Has a 3 ERA, a save, 24 innings pitched, 22 strikeouts. Next one misses outside, 2 strikes, 1 ball, 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. Hutch goes into the windup, the 1-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. First strikeout of the day for Aaron Hutchinson. That'll bring up the right fielder, Cole Lemmel. Lemmel 0 for 2 on the day. First pitch to him, in there for a strike by Hutch. 0-1 the count. Nobody on, 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th inning. That one hit right at Clay Valenzuela-Reese. He will make the grab on the fly. 1-2-3 go the Heat in the bottom of the 6th. We head to the 7th. Rogues on top, 6-2 over the Chico Heat. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball live on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. For over 60 years, Lippert's Carpet One has been dedicated to helping people find the best flooring solutions for their home or business. And for over 60 years, Lippert's has sponsored and donated to many organizations in our community, and we appreciate them. If you want to completely transform a room, Lippert's has many products available, and there are more choices than ever. Whether for your home or business, Lippert's has a professional staff dedicated to helping you find just what you're looking for. Lippert's wants to thank you for being your flooring source for over 60 years. Located in Medford on North Pacific Highway or Rogue River Highway in Grants Pass, or find them at lipperts.com. Rogue Nation, just wanted to let you know that there is a demonstration going on the field right now. Chico police officers Brandon Joseph and Rich Hartman with the canine unit are demonstrating their canines. A little demonstration to show what happens if you're on the wrong side of a Chico canine bite. Doesn't look pleasant. We'll be back with the 7th inning in just a few minutes. Welcome back, Rogue Nation. Medford Rogues Baseball live on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. Top of the 7th inning, Rogues on top 6-2 over the Chico Heat. Sam Gamboa, the pitcher for the Chico Heat, he actually came on in the 6th. One pitch to Johnny De La Cruz, he grounded into a inning-ending double play, so we didn't get a chance to meet Mr. Gamboa. The right-hander deals, that one swung on and missed by Jake Helwig. The count is 1-1. To the left-handed hitting Jake Helwig. Helwig had an RBI single back in the 1st inning. Gamboa from Reno, Nevada. The 1-1 is outside, 2-1 the count. Jake Helwig leading things off for the Rogues here in the top of the 7th. They're up 6-2. Waiting on deck, Connor Lowry. In the hole, Dante Gutierrez. Here's the 2-1 to Helwig. Foul tipped, evens the count 2-2. So Gamboa from Reno, Nevada, plays for Feather Rivers Community College in his free time. Here's the 2-2 from Gamboa. That one's high. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Jake Helwig. Gamboa making his 9th appearance of the year for the Heat. He is 0-1 with a 7.46 ERA. Does have a save, 15 2/3 innings pitched. The full count pitch is waved at by Jake Helwig. He's down on strikes to start out the 7th inning. Some scores around the league. Lincoln leads Marysville 4-3 in the top of the 6th. And as soon as I say that, the Gold Sox tie the game in the top of the 6th inning with Lincoln. First pitch to Connor Lowry popped out of play in foul ground off the first base side, 0-1. Keeping a close eye on Lincoln because they won last night and pulled within 1 game of Medford for the lead in the Great West League. Portland at Yuba, they're on top 4-2. That game in the bottom of the 6th inning. Next pitch to Lowry misses low. 1 ball, 1 strike to Connor Lowry. 1 out, no one on in the top of the 7th. Swung on and missed. Strike 2 the count. Strike 2, 1-2 the count. Waiting on deck, Dante Gutierrez, who is 2 for 3 with 2 runs scored in this ballgame. Here's the 1-2 to Lowry. That one misses low and outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, no one on here in the top of the 7th. 6 runs, 12 hits, 1 error for the Rogues. 2 runs, 6 hits, 2 errors for the Chico Heat. Here's the 2-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. So back-to-back strikeouts for Sam Gamboa. That'll bring up Dante Gutierrez. Gutierrez batting .252 on the year. Has 27, now 29 hits in 36 games for the Rogues. 16 runs scored, 3 doubles, a triple, 20 RBI, 23 walks, and a stolen base. Here's the first pitch to Gutierrez with 2 outs and no one on in the 7th. It's inside, ball 1. The 1-0. Fouled off the first base side, past the Heat dugout. Evens the count 1-1. Rogues doing most of their damage in the second inning. They got 4 across. Had 1 already in the first. Tacked on 1 more in the 5th. Here's the 1-1 to Gutierrez. That one's high. 2 balls and 1 strike. Gutierrez, the left-handed hitter, steps back into the batter's box. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 out, no one on in the top of the 7th. Here's the pitch. That one hit well to right field. Coming on, he will not make the play as the right fielder Cole Lemmel. It bounces in front of him. Dante Gutierrez with his 3rd single of the day. Comes with 2 outs in the top of the 7th to keep the inning alive for the Rogues. And that will bring up Jake Gazzo. Gazzo had an RBI single that scored Dante Gutierrez back in the 5th inning. First pitch to Gazzo. In there for a strike, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Check swing. Gazzo did not go around. Good job of holding up by the right-hander from Redlands, California. Evens the count 1-1. Dante Gutierrez over there at first. Here with 2 outs in the top of the 7th. Rogues on top, 6-2. Here's the pitch. That one fouled back. 1-2 now to Jake Gazzo. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 out. Gutierrez at first. Here in the top of the 7th. Jake Gazzo waits on the 1-2. That one, check swing. He went around, says the home plate umpire, Bill Shortridge, the home plate ump. That'll do it for the Rogues in the 7th. We head to the bottom of the 7th inning. We're going to stretch here at Nettleton Stadium. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. Welcome back, Rogue Nation, to Medford Rogues Baseball, live on MedfordRogues.com. One pitch, one out for Aaron Hutchinson here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Brandon De La Guardia grounded back to him. The first pitch to Joe Bath is inside, ball 1. Rogues on top, 6-2 here in the bottom of the 7th. Next one in there for a strike, evens the count 1-1. The 1-1 hit to the third baseman, Delorfus. He will let that go foul. Runs the count to 1-2. 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. Rogues on top, 6-2. Next one, check swing. Did he go around? No, says Jim Richens, the field ump. Evens the count, 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Joe Bath. That one hit to Dante Gutierrez. He fields it cleanly. He will shovel it over to Hutch. Steps on the bag for the second out of the inning. Great athletic play by both Dante Gutierrez and Aaron Hutchinson. 2 down in the bottom of the 7th. That'll bring up Garrett Kelly. So the first out of the inning was a 1-3. The second one, a 3-1. That'll bring up Garrett Kelly, the left fielder. First pitch from Hutch. Off speed, drops in there nicely for a strike. 0-1 the count. Kelly, the right-handed batter, waits on the 0-1 from Aaron Hutchinson. Broken bat, hit to Valenzuela-Reese, waits for it, picks it up over to Gutierrez. 1-2-3, go the Heat in the bottom of the 7th inning. We head to the 8th. Your Rogues on top, 6-2. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball live on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home run expert.
Catch the Rogues all season long, right here on MedfordRogues.com.
Presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. We are in the top of the 8th inning. Your Rogues are on top, 6-2. Leading things off for the Rogues in the top of the 8th inning, Scotty Wright looks at a first pitch ball thrown by Sam Gamboa. 1-0 the count to Scotty Wright from Vero Beach, Florida. That one hit to the shortstop. Jack Walsh fields it on a bounce, The throw over to the first baseman. It's a close play, but just getting ahead. The ball landed in the glove of Marcus Wilhite before Scotty Wright touched the bag, says the field ump, Jim Richens. That was a very close play. Great hustle by Scotty Wright, legging out what should have been a routine groundout. So that's one out here in the top of the 8th inning. That will turn the lineup over for Clay Valenzuela-Reese. First pitch fastball misses, ball 1. Valenzuela-Reese extending his hitting streak to 18 games back in the 2nd inning. Next one misses inside 2-0 to Clay Valenzuela-Reese. Gamboa goes into the stretch. Here's the windup, the pitch. That one hit sharply down the line, is going to be called foul by the home plate ump. That was very close. It's corralled in the Rogues bullpen. As I look over there, I see Ryan Carl and DJ Wilson both getting warm. Might do it for Aaron Hutchinson, who went 3 up, 3 down in consecutive innings. So 6 up, 6 down for Hutch. The 2-1 to Valenzuela-Reese hit to center field. It'll be a routine pop fly. Tokunaga is there for the out, a few steps back from his original position. So 2 outs here in the top of the 8th inning for Davis DeLorfis. DeLorfis reached on an error in the first and scored. Had a 2 RBI single and scored in the second. And then had a double down the third base line in the 6th. The first pitch to DeLorfis. Called strike by home plate umpire Bill Shortridge. 6-2 the score. Your Rogues on top over the Chico Heat. 2 out, nobody on. The 0-1 to DeLorfis. Waved at. DeLorfis quickly in a hole, 0-2. You can hear Davis DeLorfis has some fans in the crowd tonight. The 0-2, that one is smacked to left field. That ball is just foul down the line. Boy, DeLorfis got all of that one, but it goes just foul. He will head back to the batter's box, still down 0-2. Six runs on 13 hits, 1 error for the Rogues. 2 runs, 6 hits, 2 errors for the Heat. 0-2 to DeLorfis with 2 outs and no one on in the 8th. That one's high. The count now 1-2. So remember, Rogue Nation, this is the final game of a 3-game series between these two teams. The 1-2 golfed at foul off the third base side will do this again. The Rogues will then have a day off before facing Marysville, down in Marysville, for a 3-game series before returning home on July 20th. I saw some of you on the chat talking about how excited you are for Bacon Night. We have a ton of exciting promotions coming up that week for you guys. Here's the 1-2 to DeLorfis. That one fouled out of play off the first base side. DeLorfis staying alive with 2 strikes on him. 1-2 the count to DeLorfis. 2 outs, no one on in the top of the 8th. So you have Bacon Night on the 20th, which everyone is excited about, and rightfully so. The 1-2 to DeLorfis. That one misses outside, 2-2. On Saturday, July 22nd, we have Paint the Park Pink with Rasa Yoga. We'll be opening up Harry and David Field at 10 a.m., where you can join the Rogues, both players and staff, out on the field for some yoga. Next pitch, waved at by DeLorfis. It's a drop third strike. Joe Bath will toss over to first to complete the strikeout. Rogues go down in order in the top of the 8th. We head to the bottom of the 8th. Rogues on top, 6-2 over the Chico Heat. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball live on MedfordRogues.com. presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. Rogues fans, if you're looking for a used car or truck, why not head to the dealer that will give you the best quality vehicle at the best price? Crater Lake Ford uses real-time tracking software to research similar makes within hundreds of miles to give you the best car shopping experience while saving you time and money. Crater Lake Ford. Right cars and trucks, right prices, right experiences. Visit CraterLakeFord.com today.
We're back on the road with the Rogues.
Presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning, Rogue Nation. Your Rogues on top 6-2 over the Chico Heat. Aaron Hutchinson still on the mound for the Rogues, making his 3rd inning in relief. First pitch strike delivered to the leadoff man, Tanner Tokunaga. Tokunaga 0 for 2 on the day with 2 strikeouts. The 0-1 hit well but foul down the first base line and out of play. Rogues got 1 in the first, 2 in the 4th. The Chico Heat would answer with 1. I got that backwards. The Chico Heat answered with 1 in the 2nd. Here's the 0-2 to Tokunaga. That one hit to the shortstop, Valenzuela-Reese. Fields it not too cleanly. He tried to hop it. It bounced up off his glove. Tokunaga aboard. I would rule that a infield single. We'll see what the official scorekeepers here in Chico rule. The Rogues got 1 in the first, 4 in the 2nd. Chico answered with 1 in the 2nd. It will go as an error on Clay Valenzuela-Reese, his 2nd of the day, the 2nd time that Tokunaga has reached on an error. Leadoff man on for the Heat here in the bottom of the 7th. First pitch to Jack Walsh in there for a strike. And we actually have a pinch hitter for Jack Walsh. That would be number 32. That actually may be Jack Walsh. They're using different jerseys tonight, and so there were some numbers switching around. Next pitch to him is outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. No one out here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Tanner Tokunaga at first. Throw over to first, not in time. Hutchinson looks in, gets the sign, delivers a strike on the outside corner. A great off-speed pitch by Aaron Hutchinson. 1-2 the count now. Top of the 8th inning. Rogues on top, 6-2. Fastball just missing outside. Boy, not sure where that one missed, but it did, said home plate umpire Bill Shortridge. 2 balls and 2 strikes the count. Tanner Tokunaga takes his lead at first. No one out here in the bottom of the 8th. That ball fouled back. Count stays 2-2. That is correct, Lori. The Paint the Park Pink, it's not a night, it's a day. It is an all-day event. Paint the Park Pink will be Saturday, July 22nd. That one hit well but foul down the first base line. It'll be July 22nd. starting at 10 a.m. Brought to you by 107.5 KISS FM and Cool 103.5. Registration for yoga begins at 9 a.m. Throw over to first. Tokunaga back standing. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runner on first, no one out in the bottom of the 8th inning. Rogues on top, 6-2. So registration will begin at 9 a.m. All proceeds will benefit the Lila J. Eisenstein Breast Center. That ball hit to the shortstop Valenzuela Reese. He throws it over to Scotty Wright covering second base. They get 1, but only 1. A good slide by Tanner Tokunaga disrupts the potential throw by Scotty Wright over to first. It was a good clean slide right on the bag. So the Rogues get the force for the first out of the inning. And that'll bring up Caleb Van Blake. Van Blake hit an RBI sac fly in the 5th inning and walked in the 3rd. He is 0 for 1. That one hit up the middle by a diving Valenzuela Reese. Advancing to second is Jack Walsh. The Heat have 2 on and 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th.
Let's put your hands together for designated hitter number 28, Carson McCusker.
So if you want to attend yoga, it is $12 to attend yoga. Registration begins at 9. Yoga will begin at 10 on the field at Harry and David Field. It's $12. You get an hour of yoga led by Raza Yoga and a bleacher ticket to that night's game. If you don't have a yoga mat, that's okay. You can rent one for an extra $3. All to benefit the Lila J. Eisenstein Breast Center for breast cancer research. The 0-1 pitch to, rather the 1-0 pitch to Carson McCusker misses outside. 2-0 the count. Runners on first and second for the Heat in the bottom of the 8th inning, 1 out. Rogues on top, 6-2. Aaron Hutchinson gets the sign from Alex Isola. He deals. That one misses outside. 3-0 the count. So Paint the Park Pink is sure to be a blast. The Rogues will then have a couple days off before returning on Tuesday, July 25th. That one misses outside, ball 4. So the bases are now loaded for the Heat here in the the bottom of the 8th inning.
Number 5, Marcus Wilhite.
And that'll bring up Marcus Wilhite. Josh Hogan going to go out, and that'll probably do it for Aaron Hutchinson. Coming on in relief is DJ Wilson. We're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, the rest of this ball game. Rogues on top, 6-2 in the bottom of the 8th. Bases loaded, 1 out. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball live on MedfordRogues.com. Presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. Fans, I can't tell you how many times we've had to replace a window at Harry and David Field because of a stray fly ball. When we need our windows fixed or replaced, the only team we trust are the folks at Bill's Glass. With locations in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass, Bill's Glass is the fastest and most affordable glass service in Southern Oregon. When you hear that crash, think Bill's Glass.
Fans, it's easier than ever to get your tickets to check out the Medford Rogues this summer. Visit MedfordRogues.com and click the Tickets tab to pick your seats for the next night out at Harry and David Field.
Welcome back, Rogue Nation. Medford Rogues Baseball live on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning. A 4-run game, Rogues on top 6-2. The bases are loaded for the Chico Heat. On in relief for the Rogues, DJ Wilson. He will face Marcus Wilhite, who is 1 for 3 with a double and a run scored. First pitch to Wilhite misses low, ball 1. DJ Wilson from Bend, Oregon, plays for Campbellsville University. He is 0-1 on the year for the Rogues. This is his 6th appearance. Pitched in just 4 2/3 innings, has 2 strikeouts. The side armor catches the outside part of the plate for a strike. 1-1. So DJ Wilson, yes, you heard that correctly. He is a sidearm. It's kind of a quasi sidearm / submarine pitch delivery. 1-1 the count with 1 out to Marcus Wilhite and the bases loaded. That one hit to the second baseman, Scotty Wright. It jumps up on him. They get 1 at second. The throw over to first, not going to be in time. It gets by Dante Gutierrez and out of play. So the runners will all advance. 2 come across. I think it'll be, well, we'll see how they score. 2 runs do come home. 6-4 is the score now. Jack Walsh and Caleb Van Blake scoring on the play. Carson McCusker forced out at second. So I think it'll be an RBI fielder's choice and then another run coming home on the errant throw by Clay Valenzuela-Reese.
Right fielder number 15, Cole Lemel.
So that will bring up Cole Lemel with a runner on second. 6-4 the score now. Cole Lemel 0 for 3 on the day. Marcus Wilhite out there at second. Rogues lead 6-4 here in the bottom of the 8th with 2 outs. First pitch gets by Alex Isola. It's a wild pitch thrown by DJ Wilson. He knows that. He taps his chest saying, my bad. Wilhite advances to third on the wild pitch. The 2 runs are charged to Aaron Hutchinson. That one inside, so inside that it hits him. Off-speed pitch just got away from DJ Wilson. He hits Cole Lemel.
Next up for the third base.
Runners are on the corners for the Heat. Still 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th in a 2-run ball game. Brandon De La Guardia coming up to the plate now. De La Guardia is 1 for 3. Had a RBI single in the second. DJ Wilson gets the sign from Alex Isola. Here's the first pitch with runners on the corners, 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. Swung on, fouled off the third base side by the Rogues dugout. Now the first strike to Brandon De La Guardia. DJ Wilson comes set. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Brandon De La Guardia. That one fouled out of play off the first base side now. DJ ahead of the Heat batter 0-2. 2 outs. Marcus Wilhite at third. Cole Lemel at first. Rogues lead 6-4. The 0-2. That is hit through the right side of the field. Another run will come home. The throw is into second base to prevent Cole Lemmel from advancing to third. And the Heat have pulled within one here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Another RBI single by Brandon De La Guardia. 6-5 the score now. Josh Hogan going out, and that might do it for DJ Wilson. Only one run charged to DJ, the other two charged to Hutch. We will have a pitching change. When we come back, the rest of this inning, the rest of this ball game, Rogues lead by only one here in the bottom of the 8th inning. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. Welcome back, Rogue Nation. Medford Rogues Baseball on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. Runners on first and second for the Heat in the bottom of the 8th inning in a one-run game. On in relief, Taylor Frost, first pitch swinging. Joe Bath skies one. Connor Lowry is under it in center field, and that will end the inning. So Taylor Frost comes in, throws one pitch, gets the final out of the inning. The Rogues hold on to a 6-5 lead as we head to the 9th inning. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. Welcome back, Rogue Nation, to Medford Rogues Baseball, live on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. First pitch swinging for Alex Isola. He grounds it foul. 0-1 the count. Top of the ninth inning. Rogues clinging to a one-run lead. The 0-1 hits him. So Alex Isola will take the free base, took one in the back pocket. Leadoff man aboard for the Rogues here in the top of the ninth. Always dramatic with these two teams. Never easy, never simple. That'll bring up Johnny De La Cruz. The first pitch to him, a fastball, misses outside, ball one. Sam Gamboa still on the mound for the Chico Heat. Johnny De La Cruz hit a two-run single in the first. He is 1 for 4. 6-5 the score, nobody out. Isola at first here in the top of the ninth. Rogues lead 6-5. Here's the 1-0. That one misses low, ball two. So Taylor Frost came in to the bottom of the eighth with 2 outs and 2 on. One pitch got the Chico Heat batter to fly out to center. That one fouled off the first base side. 2 balls and 1 strike to Johnny De La Cruz. Looks like he cracked his bat. He's going to go ahead and get a new one. So remember, fans, tomorrow is a day off for the Rogues. We will be back on Monday, July 17th, live from Marysville. Same time, same channel, 7:05 p.m. First pitch, 6:55 pregame show, MedfordRogues.com. We're not done with this one, though. 2-1 the count to De La Cruz with Isola at first. That one fouled back and out of play. 2-2 the count.
Your home for blackjack in Chico.
Rogues got 1 in the first, 4 in the second, 1 in the fifth. Chico got 1 in the second, 1 in the fifth, and 3 in the eighth. That's the ball game. Rogues lead 6-5. Here's the 2-2 to De La Cruz with Isola at first. That one misses low, skipped in the dirt. Runs the count full, 3-2. Isola hit by a pitch to lead off this inning. Rogues trying to tack on an insurance run or two here in the top of the ninth. De La Cruz waits. It's a full count with nobody out. The pitch. Hit to the third baseman, De La Guardia, over to second for 1. Over to first in time for the double play. The Chico Heat fielders are running off the field. However, there are only 2 outs in the inning. They will have to come back on. So 2 outs, nobody on. And that'll bring up Jake Helwig. The Chico Heat very eager to get back into the dugout for the bottom of the ninth, but we're not done with the top just yet. Jake Helwig stepping into the batter's box. The left-handed hitter had an RBI single in the first. He is 1 for 4. Two outs, nobody on in the top of the ninth inning. Rogues lead 6-5. First one misses low and away, ball 1. That one fouled back, 1-1 the count to Jake Helwig. That one high. 2 balls, 1 strike to Jake Helwig. 2 outs, nobody on in the top of the 9th. Rogues lead 6-5. The 2-1 fastball misses just outside. 3-1 the count to Jake Helwig. On deck, Connor Lowry. Here's the 3-1 to Helwig. That one's high, ball 4. So another walk
Next up for Medford, center fielder
here in this inning.
Connor.
Helwig is aboard at first. That'll bring up Connor Lowry. Lowry 0 for 4 on the day, still looking for his first hit. First pitch to Lowry, fastball in there for a strike, 0-1 the count. Here's the 0-1 to Lowry. Helwig takes off. That one outside. The ball is dropped on the transfer by catcher Joe Bath. Helwig in there safely, a stolen base. Boy, if Connor Lowry could come up with a hit here to score Helwig, that would be huge. Helwig, the insurance run, out there in second base. 1-1 the count, 2 outs to Connor Lowry. Swung on, foul tipped. 1-2 the count. Waiting on deck, Dante Gutierrez. Rogues lead 6-5 here in the top of the 9th. 1-2 the count to Connor Lowry. Jake Helwig at second. Gamboa comes set. Looks back at second, now comes home. The 1-2. Fouled out of play off the first base side. Now, I had ran out of anti-anxiety medicine after last night's game. Rogues putting me through the blender here. 1-2 the count. That one misses outside. Count even, 2-2. 2 outs, runner on second in a 1-run game here in the top of the 9th inning. Rogues on top, 6-5. Gamboa comes set, the 2-2. That one misses low and away. Runs the count full, 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Jake Helwig at second in a 1-run game. Waiting on deck, Dante Gutierrez, Connor Lowry at the plate. Here's the 3-2. That one is hit well to right field. Coming on is right fielder Lemmel. He will not make the play. A diving attempt, but it bounces away from him. Helwig comes home. Lowry gunning for 3. He will get in there safely with a slide. Connor Lowry delivering in the clutch. An RBI triple, scoring Jake Helwig. The Rogues on top, 7-5. And we can all breathe just a little easier.
Now batting for the Rogues, first baseman number 20, Dante Gutierrez.
That will bring up Dante Gutierrez. Gutierrez 3 for 4 on the day with 2 runs scored. That one hit to the second baseman. He picks it up. Caleb Van Blake, the throw is going to be caught by the first baseman, Marcus Wilhite. It threw him off the bag. He made a diving attempt, had his foot still on the bag to end the Rogues in the 9th. They get an important insurance run, however. An RBI triple by Connor Lowry, scoring Jake Helwig. We head to the bottom of the 9th. Your Rogues on top, 7-5. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball live on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. Welcome back, Rogue Nation, to Medford Rogues Baseball, live on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. An RBI triple by Connor Lowry put the Rogues up an extra one, 7-5 the score in the bottom of the ninth. Taylor Frost on to close this one out. First pitch to the 9-hitter, Garrett Kelly, misses inside, ball one. Check swing, but he went around as the home plate umpire, Bill Shortridge, evens the count 1-1. Next one in there for a strike, 1-2 the count. Waiting on deck, the leadoff man for the Chico Heat, Tanner Tokunaga. That ball hit to center field. Connor Lowry, judging it, gets under it, makes the catch for the first out of the ninth. So that'll bring up Tanner Tokunaga. Tokunaga 0 for 2 on the day, reached twice on errors. Taylor Frost looking for his 7th save of the year. Fastball misses. 1-0 the count. One out, nobody on here in the bottom of the ninth. Rogues on top, 7-5. Check swing, did he go around? No, says the field ump, Jim Richens. 2 balls and no strikes to Tanner Tokunaga. Here's the pitch from Frost. Foul back and out of play. 2-1 now the count.
That foul ball is sponsored by Chico's Fine and Wellness, helping the Chico Heat reach their full potential.
I think that ball may have bounced off of one of the buildings here and was then caught by a fan out there off the first base bleacher. 2-1 the count to Tanner Tokunaga. Hit to the shortstop, Valenzuela-Reese. Bobbles it. The throw over to first, not going to be in time. So for the third time today, Tanner Tokunaga is aboard on an error. Ball was sharply hit to Valenzuela-Reese, but he'll tell you he should make that play.
Now batting for the Heat, shortstop from San Joaquin,
That'll bring up Jack Walsh.
Number 32, Jack Walsh.
So Jack Walsh represents the tying run for the Heat. First pitch in there for a strike. 0-1 the count. Runner on first, one out here in the bottom of the ninth. Rogues on top, 7-5. Here's the 0-1. In the dirt, blocked nicely by Isola. Check swing, he went around, says Bill Shortridge, the home plate ump. It's a potentially huge call. 0-2 now the count to Jack Walsh. Tanner Tokunaga at first. One out here in the bottom of the ninth. 0-2 the count to Jack Walsh. Here's the pitch from Frost. Fastball called strike 3. Boy, it looked right down the middle. I'm not sure what Jack Walsh didn't like about that pitch, but it is a strikeout looking. The second out of the inning. And now the Heat are down to their last out. First pitch swinging for Van Blake, fouls it back and out of play. 0-1 the count. Rogues lead 7-5. Here in the bottom of the ninth inning, Tanner Tokunaga at first, 2 outs, 0-1 the count to Caleb Van Blake, the 3-hitter for the Chico Heat. That one in the dirt. It's going to get by Alex Isola. He couldn't find it. He was looking for it in the dirt. Just couldn't see it. Tokunaga advances to second on the wild pitch. 1-1 the count to Caleb Van Blake. One ball, one strike, 2 out, runner on second here in the bottom of the ninth. Taylor Frost looks back, comes home. That one hit to right field, a flare that's going to land foul off the first base side. So 1-2 the count to Caleb Van Blake. The Heat down to their final strike. Rogues trying to take the series on this pitch. Fastball called strike 3 at the knees. Taylor Frost does it again. Taylor Frost gets his 8th save of the year, pitches the 4-out save to secure the 7-5 victory over the Chico Heat. Winning pitcher is Peyton Fuller. He went the required 5 innings. Final box score for both teams, 7 runs, 14 hits, 4 errors for the Rogues, 5 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors for the Chico Heat. Taylor Frost earns his 8th save of the year. Rogues win the series here in Chico. We're off tomorrow. We're back on Monday, the 17th, live from Marysville, 7:05 first pitch, right here on MedfordRogues.com. You've been listening to Medford Rogues Baseball, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. Good night, Rogue Nation.
Rogue Nation, thanks for listening to Medford Rogues Baseball. Listen to the Rogues all season long, live on MedfordRogues.com.